Hey, what's going on, social media family? This is Mike Cabrera right here in San Diego, California. We've been away for a couple weeks, but we are back on it. Thank you for joining us. We have been reading through this book right here, 100 Simple Secrets of Happy People. And why not, right? We started this video series specifically because we want to learn some tips, some tricks, some pointers in regards to how to be happier on a daily basis, right? There's so much doom and gloom that's out there. Why not learn about being happier? And so we are on chapter 31. The thing I love about these chapters is that they're very short. They're typically less than 2 pages. I haven't read this chapter yet, so I'm typically going to read the chapter and then just share some insight, maybe ask some questions specifically about what we hear on here. And feel free to put some comments below, things that maybe spark your interest, maybe something that you'd like to share in the dialogue, in the conversation. We'd love to hear what you have to say. So, chapter 31. If you can't reach your goals will hurt you. People who cannot attain their goals become consumed with disappointment. You must let your goals evolve with your life circumstances. Update your goals over time as you consider your changing priorities and resources. University of Michigan psychologists have found great evidence that while goals are really important, goals can do us a great disservice if they are not flexible. So here's a typical story. Jimmy proposed to his girlfriend when he was only 18. She accepted and they were married a year later. At the time, Jimmy promised that he would buy them a house before they turned 24. Jimmy took the first in a series of jobs and none of them paid very well. Jimmy and his bride lived in a modest but comfortable apartment, and as the clock ticked on, though, Jimmy saved as much as he could, got down payment money from his parents, and he eked out a mortgage approval. Jimmy and his wife moved on, and then they celebrated, and the payments were more than they could afford, though. Soon he took a second job, and it just wasn't enough. Jimmy took another part-time job, his third, and he worked himself sick and over time began to resent both the house and the wife that he had promised it to. Wow, that's crazy. Instead of continuing a life he found satisfying and continuing to save for a house someday, Jimmy rushed the process to meet his declared goal. He let a rigid goal change his life, which was the same thing as letting a rigid goal harm his life. Last thing here, if a person's goals are incongruent with his or her abilities, then the goal will contribute to disappointment and disagreeableness and will quadruple the likelihood of being dissatisfied. So what are your thoughts on that? And remember, the title of this particular chapter is If You Can't Reach Your Goals Will Hurt You. So there's one thing that I think of on the top of my mind, and remember, feel free to put comments, in comments below or whatnot, and share what your thoughts are. But I remember years ago, my success coach, my business coach at the time, he said that he was talking about a gentleman by the name of Paul J. Meyer, and Paul J. Meyer, he's one of the first recorded billionaires. And what ended up happening, with actually not the first recorded billionaires, that's somebody else, but Paul J. Meyer. What ended up happening with him was he said that he had never missed a goal in his life. And he's like, what are you talking about? People set goals and miss goals all the time. And he said, would you like to know a way where you can set goals and never miss your goals? And so the way that he did it was, instead of just setting a one finite goal, because typically what happens when people set goals, especially if there's a number attached to it, is they set goals that are so high that they aim for the goal and constantly miss it. And then they feel the disappointment and they're like, oh man, I didn't hit that goal. Oh man, I didn't hit that goal. Oh man, I didn't hit that goal. But what he taught us to do, if there was a number to a goal, like a money goal or a number goal that you're trying to hit, or a weight goal even that you're trying to hit, he taught us to track the goal or create a goal that had 3 tiers to the goal. He said there's a minimum goal, a realistic goal, and then there is a dream goal. So the dream goal is like, man, let's shoot for the sky, shoot for the moon, fall on the stars. The realistic goal is like, man, I can definitely see myself, attaining this, but it's a little bit of a stretch. So it's a realistic slash stretch goal. And then the minimum goal is like something for sure that you're going to hit. So let's take, for example, like I don't know, a workout routine goal, right? You might have these grandiose ideas of what your workout routine will look like this week, and you've never done it before. That might be your dream goal. Realistically, you'll do a little bit of a stretch. You don't work out currently right now, but maybe you can do 5 days this week. That's a realistic goal. You've never worked out in your life, but maybe you can do one workout this week, and that could be a minimum goal. So that's how they taught us to actually create goals, and you always shoot for the dream, but you'll fall back on the realistic or fall back on the minimum, and at least you hit your goal. And whenever you hit your goal, where does confidence come from? Confidence comes from successful attempts in a proven system. So when you successfully hit one of those goals, you bring confidence. But like we were just talking about and reading in that book, if you only have this larger goal right here, right, and you consistently miss that goal, that actually creates more disappointment. So what are your thoughts on that? Feel free to comment below. We will see you on the next video, which will be video number 32. Take care, everyone. Stay happy.